He dominated the last 10 laps of Sunday's Monster Energy NASCAR Championship race and captured his first Cup Series title. Please welcome the new NASCAR champion, Joey Logano.
To see you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're in awe of it.
We've been staring at
It's beautiful.
Statuesque.
Do you drink like champagne out of
We
that?
should.
Do you have a trophy room that goes in?
I have no idea where we're going to put it yet. I haven't really thought about that stuff.
I mean,
We've been on the go
right,
since the
right.
You have
race.
to start thinking. Congratulations. Before you went out to race, we heard that you said something to the mechanics. What did you say before you went out?
I think confidence is a big deal, and we were ready, we were prepared, and I got in the car, and I said to my interior guy, Dan Lynch, I said, I'm going to get in as a driver, I'm getting out as a champion.
Oh, that a boy, like you
It was
put
cool.
it,
You know, I was really hoping that was the case, but I felt that inside, and that's the thing in sports. You can't just say it and not believe it. You really have to believe inside that we were ready for that moment. We've been in this situation before, and we haven't come out as a champion before, but we've gotten stronger every single time. And, you know, it was the third time we've raced in the championship race at Miami, and finally, third time was a charm.
Youngest in what? 28 years old. You're the youngest driver to win the title in 15 years? Is that right?
I think so, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
That's gotta make you feel good.
It's neat, you know. It's been my 10th season though, so it's taken me a while. I started my career at a very young age and jumped in probably a little bit sooner than I was prepared for.
Was it Matchbox cars? What
Well, I did start with some
Hot Wheels?
go-karts and stuff when I was 6.
Oh, go-karts, no kidding.
Yeah, so that was...
oh, there is the go. That's what
there
that
it
all
is, yes.
started.
That was the coolest Christmas gift I ever got. Who would ever thought that would have led into what happened here this past Sunday.
You don't come from a family of racing, so this is just instinctual to you? It's just in your blood?
Just loved it. You know, like I said, ever since I got that go-kart, that's what I wanted to do when I got home from school every day was tear up the yard, a neighbor's yard, their sprinklers and their mailboxes. I tore up the neighborhood. And I loved it. My family realized that. They weren't racers or anything like that before. And we would just go to the racetrack and start winning and really have no idea why. We didn't know how to work on a car or what to do. And
when did you get
eventually
your license?
You figured it out.
Like, how old were you? Because there are kids, like, you know, in the tri-state area here in New York, it's like you have to force your kids to get a driver's license.
Of course, I got my license as soon as I could. As soon as the day I turned 16, I was there to get my driver's license.
It's really
it was always weird because I had to be driven to the racetrack to drive, right? Because that's the only way I could get there, you know, when you're younger and racing, of course. So it's
and were you like, we gotta go faster?
Yeah.
Like, come on, Mom.
Yeah, Mom, let's go. We gotta go right.
For this race, how long were you in the car?
So our races are 400. That was a 400-mile race. It took a little over 3 hours.
And what do you?
Oh, you lose weight. How much weight did you lose?
You lose a lot. It's because it's so hot in the cars. It's usually 40 degrees warmer in the car than it is outside. That's because
40 degrees.
Yeah, we don't run air conditioners and we don't want a bunch of air moving inside the cars. We lose performance, right? It's more power routes from the motor. Aerodynamics aren't quite as good. So, you know, to me, it's just, hey, tough it out.
Yeah.
I want to have a fast race car.
What are you saying to yourself? Are you talking to yourself when you're in the car?
You know, you just kind of live in the moment, you know, because like I said, you're prepared for it. And, you know, when we were able to make that pass on Truex there with 10 to go, you just do what comes natural, right? Because I've been doing it for so long, doing it my whole life, like we said, that you just make the move that you would typically do to win the race. But
like when someone cuts us off, we say words that we can't say on TV.
That happens.
Do you do that too?
Yeah, oh yeah. There's nothing different as far as getting real road rage, you know? It's a little more acceptable on the racetrack because we actually hit each other and bump and bang, and it's accepted.
Who's the biggest jerk?
You mean in NASCAR?
Yeah, in NASCAR.
It all depends on who you ask.
Right. Okay.
Some might say me.
No, come on, I don't believe that. But you're married. You have a 10-month-old son?
Yes.
So did that change the way you drive a car or approach a race? Are you more careful? I mean, you won, so I guess maybe no. But
You're not more careful. I think it relaxes the nerves a little bit more because you realize that, you know, yes, I worked my whole life with Hudson.
It's so cute.
But you work your whole life to race for a championship. But once we had Hudson, Brittany and I did, we realized that it's really not all about racing. There's so much things that are way bigger in life than driving a race car. It's the greatest job ever. It's super cool. I don't want to take anything away from winning a championship and how big that is, but there's things in life that are 3 times, 4 times bigger than what we accomplished.
Having said that, I do believe that you should take his Christmas card photo in the trophy.
I know.
Just put him right
we
in
put
there.
him in there in victory lane. I mean, if you just see it, the first thing you think is,
put him right in
put a
there.
baby in there.
Right.
Are there a lot of drivers that bring their kids out when you're on the road?
Yeah, we have
Is that common?
a weird traveling circus.
Really?
It's
you know,
gotta be fun,
we
though,
bring our
right?
motor homes from track to track, and yeah, a lot of the drivers bring their families to most of the races, and it's weird because we're still competitors, so you may not get along with everyone, but at the end of the day, our campers parked next to the next one, and our families or our kids may be friends with each other, and you're able to just kind of flip the switch, the competitive switch off, and be able to just relax a little bit, have some
There's
fun
no
with
cooler
it.
job than being a race car driver.
I mean, it really
It's
is.
the greatest
I always
job.
that and like a rock star and
Or
a race car driver. Those are the
That's
two
it. What does your dad
biggies,
do?
Right?
He's a race car driver.
Yeah.
Congratulations once again, man.
We're
So great
happy
to
for
see
you.
you.
Thank you so much.